How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to the NHL 23 Franchise Winning Challenge. Not really a challenge, more of a what-if scenario. So, we're going to see what if all of the Alumni team were in NHL 23. Like, what if they just all played now? So, that's what I did. I put all the Alumni team into a franchise, and we're going to take a look and see who's going to be the best team. Who's going to come out on top, who's going to win the awards. It should be a lot of fun. So we're going to get out of two before we do. Like, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Comment down below some of my videos. Go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, down in the description as well. If you like other content from TJP. With that being said, let's get on to the gameplay. Alright, so kind of before I just go into the game and actually show you guys the rosters, I just want to show you that we have all the teams here. I'm pretty sure it's everybody. I mean, I'm not doing the all-star teams. Oh my gosh, my face cam is blurry. I'm not doing all the all-star teams. I do have one extra team here, just to balance it out. So if they want, this is your free win right here, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it. I mean, it doesn't really matter what team I am since I'm not really going to control anybody. I'm going to control the Detroit Red Wings. Let's make a prediction. Who do I think is going to win the Stanley Cup? I think it's going to be Gordy and the boys. Actually, you know what? If you guys give a run for the money, though, I'd say, honestly, I was looking at the Rangers team. The Rangers look really good. Gretzky, Messier, and Reach. That's pretty solid, man. That's a solid top three players right there. Also, too, like, all of the players are, what do you call it? Not current. So there's no, so for example, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but in 2K, right, you have the all-time teams. You could have, like, current players like all-time teams. It's not exactly like that. Can I actually select everybody? Or no, I can't. Okay. But yeah, fortunately, we don't have, anybody here. So, this is it. There's all the Alumni teams. I'm not going to put in any of the All-Stars ones because I want to see which team is actually the best. I do think, I'm sticking with the Detroit Red Wings winning it all, but honestly, the Canadians can win it. They have a really talented team. I think the Rangers are sneaky good, but Ottawa, 81 overall. Jeez. That's pretty low. Oh my god. Well, yeah, I was about to say, wait, that team is 71, but I just realized that's the bad team. But yeah, some of these teams, obviously, with more legacy, they're going to have better historic players. So, I'm just going to get on into this, change the settings, and then we'll kind of just quickly glance over the rosters, and we'll just simulate and see what happens. Alright, Joe, so I'm in the game. I apologize that I had to step out for a moment. So, let's just kind of take a look at the roster. I don't know if I can look at the rosters from here. I can, right? Or no, I can't. Okay. That's not a problem. But, I mean, we've kind of already established the teams. We can view the lines, I guess. We can do that. And then we'll kind of just look at the teams we have. But you guys can see this team is looking pretty gosh darn good. All these teams, really. Do I ever want to look at every single team? Not really. Is there a way I can view maybe what we do is we view the stats, I would think. There's just so many like players and it's just gonna take forever to look at every single roster. I mean, we could do an in-depth of every single player, every single roster for the Alumni, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I mean, I guess I could do it from here. We can kind of just take a quick glance, I guess, the proposed trade, kind of just look at some of the players. I mean, we're not going to make any trades, obviously, but you can see, like, some of the guys that are really good on every single team. I mean, Rodick, obviously, with Gartner. Oh, yeah, also, too, like, if we look at goalies as well, like, don't forget, don't sleep on the goalies. These goalies are also, a lot of these teams are going to have some good goalies as well. So, you know, like the Avalanche and Roy. So, Borg, okay, that's pretty good. This team will ignore. Dvorsky's pretty good. He usually gets drafted. Hawerchuk, okay. That's pretty nice. They got a good team, you know. Every team is pretty solid. I still think that the Detroit team is going to win. I'm just kind of taking a look at the skaters here. Colorado definitely has a really good team. Yeah, Roy, obviously amazing. Yeah, it looks like, who's this? Is this, Chicago? No, it's not Chicago. Columbus? I think this is. Columbus's team? Yeah, Foote, Nash. Also, they have Juracek, in the minors. Okay, cool. In the AHL, or whatever it is. So, Hole, Madonna, Zubov for the Stars. They got a good team. Gretzky. Look at that. The Oilers are friggin' ridiculous, too. They also have Messi. Actually, you know what? The Oilers could win it, too. I didn't think about that. But I want to assume that King Henry is on the Rangers. I think the Rangers would be pretty good as well. They have a squad. But yeah, Florida, Hartford also has Gordy. Good old Gordy is 27 in this on this team. I guess when you start a franchise, they're 27 because like when you're just in the roster, they are actually like their real age, and he was 94, 95, what it was, which is what he would be. That is absolutely insane. That is just, I love that. I love that so much. If only that was the case. Also, too, LA is good. Like, honestly, like, yeah, LA is really good. Are they going to have the man, the myth, the legend? No. Right, because no active players, right? So, okay, yeah, Minnesota's not that great. Ooh, Minnesota Wild even worse. But again, they haven't been, when you don't have as storied of a franchise, Backstrom's pretty solid, but as a goalie, I guess, yeah. Also, Montreal's gonna be ridiculous because they also have Roy. Montreal's gonna be really good. Like a lot of these like historic teams are gonna have these amazing players. I mean, you can see, yeah, they just go down a bunch of 90s. Like literally, they have like so many 90s. Nashville. Peter Forsberg, that's cool. Yeah, they got a Forsberg. New Jersey. Potvin for the Islanders. Again, like I'm kind of just pushing to this. They got Smith as their goalie, pretty solid. Let's look at the Rangers. Yeah, okay, they got King Lundqvist. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, but he's only a 90. I thought he was a lot higher, if I'm being quite honest. But yeah. Actually, you know what? Now I look at the Rangers. They don't have as many good players as the Canadians. I mean, Canadians are the easy choice to, I feel like, say, oh, yeah, hey, this team is going to win it all, right? So, I'm just kind of glad to go for each team. Mew, 96, 94 for Ager. Coffey's 93. So you got a big three right there in Pittsburgh. Quebec, the Nordics. They've also got Peter Forsberg. Sackage. Okay, Sundin. Okay. Yeah, they're a good team. Slaying on the Sharks. Okay, Sharks are surprised to get some players. St. Louis Blues also have Wayne Gretzky because Wayne Gretzky, yeah, he's played on a lot of teams. Svard on Tampa. Tampa Bay's Lightning team, not amazing. I feel like their team in real life is probably better than that. I don't know about that. I wouldn't go that far, but Toronto, they've got some depth. Definitely, they have some depth. I will say that. Look at that. Nobody like 96, but they have like a good amount of 90s and 80s. Canucks look like they could be okay. The Capitals are okay. And yeah, Winnipeg's pretty solid. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? I didn't, like I said, I'm not going too in-depth with every single little thing. Just because it would just take forever. I think I kind of just want to get into simulation. Also, yes, Chuck is pretty solid. I think I got Vernon as well. That's what I'm saying. I actually think Detroit could potentially win it all. Like, they have a shot. This team is looking pretty good, which is why I picked them, but we'll see. I also wanted to see Gordy because he was 95. I was like, oh, he's 95 years old. But he is not 95 once you start this franchise. I guess EA is just like, hey, let's put them all at 27, which makes sense, right? So I guess we'll simulate to the, call it, end of January. We'll look at the stats. Look at the standings, see some of the league leaders. We'll kind of just look there, see which teams are the best, which ones are the worst. Not including the minor leagues teams. So yeah, I'll see you guys once I'm at the, call it, end of January. And you can let me know, by the way, in the in chat, comments, whatever you want to call it, who you think is going to be the best team, and who do you think is going to win the Stanley Cup, win some of the awards. Leave your predictions down below in the comments before we start simulating, if you haven't done it so already. With that being said, let's see you guys once I'm at, I guess, the middle of the season. Alright, so we are in, like, the, I don't know, call it beginning of January, or end of January, beginning of February. So let's take a look at some of the standings, the league leaders, so to speak. Gordy, big 50-point outing for him, so he's looking good. We'll take a look at the best teams. I'm actually kind of curious to see, so obviously, who's the best in the entire league. Ignore the custom conferences and divisions. The Sabres have 70 points. Got to take a look at that team. They are the team with the most points right now. The Devils, but it's honestly like it's pretty clustered though, as you could see. There's really nobody that's obviously dominating, but it's kind of surprising. The Sabres are in the top, Canadiens are in the top 3. Toronto's there, New York's there. Okay, obviously Detroit's there, right? So kind of curious to see who's the worst team, that Alumni team, because I think we know who the worst team is. Yeah. Minnesota, well, not a surprise. You could have predicted that. Carolina, okay. Yeah, Nashville. Colorado near the bottom is a bit surprising, I thought. Same thing with the Canucks. I felt like they were kind of deep. Florida Panthers are a little bit higher than I thought they'd be, but they're still near the bottom. LA, a little bit disappointing. Just considering the talent that they have. Edmonton, they're there. But yeah, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We'll take a look at who's scoring the most goals, who's defending the best in terms of rankings, goals for per game. The Rangers are #1 scoring team, which makes sense, right? I mean, when you got Gretzky, you got Messier, you got a good squad, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought they'd be sneaky good, man. They really could be. Detroit is second. Then we got Dallas, interestingly, third. Canadians also. I mean, some of these teams you kind of be. Tampa Bay kind of surprising as well. I didn't expect them to be this good. I'm not gonna lie. But okay, here they are near the top. So that's pretty interesting. Let's just take a look and see who's near the bottom. Jeez. Goals against per game. We'll take a look at who's the best defensive team. Toronto makes sense. Canadians are there. The Devils are also really good. Pittsburgh's pretty solid. Buffalo. I gotta see who's on Buffalo again. I gotta double check. That is insane that they are #1 right now. But it's close. It's really nothing too surprising. And we're gonna take a look at the league leaders. But I do want to just double check who the heck is on Buffalo. I don't really remember who's on that team. So let's just kind of maybe I'll view their lines. Let's just view their lines. Cause see the pictures. Maybe that might be a little bit cooler. So Buffalo. Who's on that team? Yeah, Harchuk. Pat LaFontaine. Or Tane. I like saying Tane, but I think it's Tane. I would not think that this team would be amazing. I mean, Phil Housley is a defenseman's pretty solid. Honestly, this team should not be the #1 team. That's kind of shocking that they are. Yeah, wow. Okay. That's a bit of a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. Unless they're in the same division as that really bad team, which they are not. Love how everything you just see 7 points. 7 points. I guess they're kind of yeah. I'm just shocked, man. That's really surprising. Let's take a look at some of the point leaders though in the National Hockey League. So I'm kind of curious to see what we got going on. So, can I view the entire league? Yes, I can. Not a surprise. Wayne Gretzky leading in points. Then we got Wayne Gretzky. Then we've got Wayne Gretzky. Then we've got Brett Hull. Then we got Brett Hull. Also, too, very deadly combination here with Gretzky and Hull on the Blues. That's a sneaky good team as well. I wouldn't say sneaky. I just think it's a good team. These are all good teams. Let's be real here, but yeah. And then Brendan Shanahan as well. Who's the leading goal scorer? Let's see. Wayne Gretzky. Brett Hull. Wayne Gretzky. Joe Sakic. Wayne Gretzky. Joe Sakic. Wayne Gretzky. Oh my gosh. Okay. Which makes sense. I mean, obviously, like, Wayne Gretzky be at the top in scoring. Assists. Pierre Sergion. I like that votes. We got Jerry Curry. Owen Nolan. Alright. Martin St. Louis. Not playing in St. Louis. Okay. I like it. And then obviously we saw total points already. Curious to see the block shot leaders. So, like, this would be like a defenseman. Okay. Okay, interesting. Block shot leader. Would not see this. I did not see this happening. Bertelsen. Bergman. Wow. So 2 non-legends are leading the way. But I guess that makes sense because I guess so many teams are getting shots off on them because their defense is so bad. And their offense is so bad, they probably turn it over a lot, right? Yeah, giveaways. My Commodore leading there. I mean, let's see takeaways. 108 for Big Joe, which is pretty cool to see. I'm actually curious to see the goalies, how those are looking as well. Like, who are our best goalies in terms of... okay, Sawchuk, okay. In terms of wins, I guess. So let's see save percentage. 931 for Jean Sebastian. We got Chris Mason. Martin Brodeur, which is pretty solid. I like it. Our best goals against average guy is Jean Sebastian. So I like that. All right, I'm just kind of taking a quick glance here. There's your boy Patrick Roy, Canadian version. A lot of guys, you know, doing their thing. Saves, most saves in the league. Big Johnny Bauer. So he's got a 1,280. Saros has 1,273. Why do I feel like... Am I dumb? I feel like I'm dumb. Am I missing something? How did he get on that? He's on that team? He's on the alumni team? Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. I feel like he... maybe I'm tripping. Draft pick. Yeah, why is he on that team? I don't understand that. Huh. Yeah, these guys, I feel like, should not be... Some of these guys should not be on the team. I think maybe they just filled it in. Maybe that's what it is. Like, anyone that wasn't a legend, they kind of just filled in. Possibly. Or they did put in current players. Which, if they did, that's cool. I appreciate that. But, like... I don't know. Juice the ratings, EA. Well, maybe not actually for him. Sorry, you don't really need to do that. But either way, let's just keep simulating. I'll go to the end of the season. We'll take a look at the league leaders. I'll go a little bit quicker with it, and then we'll do the standings, and then just simulate the playoffs and see who wins the Stanley Cup. Let's take a look at the standings. Let's take a look at the league leaders, see if anything is relatively different. Probably not going to be too much, but we'll just take a look. So let's take a look at the standings to start. Yeah, Canadians, most points, 116. That makes sense. Detroit, New Jersey was really good. Obviously, the Rangers were pretty solid. Buffalo, Edmonton, St. Louis was really good. Kind of the teams you would expect. I think it kind of turned... I mean, there might have been some surprises. Tampa Bay was kind of a bit of a surprise. Not going to lie there. I don't know if the season's actually officially over yet, so maybe I should just simulate one more day. But I think for the most part we have... we kind of have our playoffs, but we'll just simulate one more day just so that we know that the season is actually over. So we won't actually sim that game. There we go. So now let's take a look at the actual standings. So yeah, they have a weird... the playoffs are a bit weird, so that we just kind of have to deal with. But it's fine. I didn't really bother to change that. I probably should have, but it is what it is. And yeah, there you go. So this is basically pretty much the same kind of teams. Yeah, okay, Colorado ended up actually making it, which makes sense, but they kind of had an underwhelming season in my opinion. Hartford missed out. Arizona missed out, unfortunately. Chicago, Calgary, San Jose ended up being the last team to make it. Vancouver not making was a bit of a surprise, I thought. And yeah, really no surprise, like too big of surprises, though. I'd say I'm surprised this team got 3 wins, but fair play to them. They had 8 OTL losses, 14 points. But yeah, then Minnesota Wild were the worst alumni team, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, they weren't very good. Let's take a look at who was the top scoring team in the National Hockey League. Was it Detroit? It was. And then our best goal defensive team was Toronto. And they were, I think, the best team at the middle of the season as well. So it kind of makes sense. And we'll just take a look at some of the league point totalers in the NHL. Again, we'll kind of go through this relatively quicker than I did at the break, just because I want to get to the playoffs. Yeah, most points. Wayne Gretzky, right? Which makes sense. 5 guys at least 100 points. Hull, Sakic, Turgeon. Really 4, because you gotta count Gretzky twice. Oilers, Gretzky, and St. Louis is Gretzky, and then Oilers, Gretzky. In terms of goals, it was Hull twice, then Gretzky twice. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I mean, these guys are like legendary goal scorers. Makes sense. Assists, yeah, Turgeon, also Wayne Gretzky. Like Madonna was up there. So we had 2 Dallas Stars. Actually, Dallas Stars offense, I feel like it's pretty solid. Then we already saw points. In terms of, let's take a look at the block shots, maybe. I guess we didn't really look at hits. Roenick, Roenick, is up here 3 times. Gordy, playing physical. They got a lot of hits there. Block shots, I mean, this is a miracle. But, okay, first legend, Craig Hartsburg. Legend, right? Makes sense there. Or alumni, whatever you want to say. And then you got your giveaways and or takeaways. Sakic led the way. And then Gretzky also 3 times. So yeah, I think this Wayne Gretzky guy is pretty good at hockey. Goalies, Brodeur had the most games played. Is this game played or win? No, wins. Save percentage, best in the league. Johnny Bower, yeah, obviously. That makes sense since Toronto had the best, call it, defensive team in the league. And also he was best in terms of against goals against average. So there's no surprises there. Yeah, all right, let's sim the playoffs. So let's take a look at the bracket, or look at the tree. So there it is. It's kind of how it's done here. A little bit different than what you're used to, but hey, it'll get the job done, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds of beauty. So let's sim and see who wins, because yeah, I just want to see who gets past. So we'll sim, I guess, through here, just see who will advance. St. Louis is a tough matchup, and they're gonna end up winning. No, they do. They end up winning. So Detroit gets eliminated. So we've got. Well, I guess unfortunately, because I am Detroit, I can't see. Okay, so we got St. Louis and New York. So the Rangers advance, Stars and the Oilers also advance, Sharks and the Avalanche, and then the Jets and the Kings. Okay, that makes sense. So let's just take a look and see who else got eliminated. Ted Lindsay. Hey, Ted. Ted Lindsay Award. Okay. Let's see here. So if we look at the bracket here. So, playoff favorite is Rangers. I said they might win. I really did say that they could potentially win it. Yeah, Montreal getting swept. Wow. Edmonton gets by, which makes sense. Buffalo ended up losing. Colorado with the 7 game. Toronto ended up losing in 7 as well to Winnipeg. Interesting. Los Angeles. That makes sense. I mean, Los Angeles is pretty good. I mean, I feel like they're better than what was advertised. So we'll just keep simming. We'll kind of sim, I guess, until we know it's the next round. So I can't really see. So we'll just sim, I guess, to this day and see if then anybody advances to the semis. And it looks like, okay, so the Rangers are out. Swept 4-0 to the Blues. So my sneak pick lost. I forgot. Oh yeah, I said the Red Wings would win, and obviously we lost in the first round by 7 games. Dallas advances, and then we have a 7-game series here. Colorado also advanced And we're going to sim again. I don't know why I keep going back and forth, but I do. So we'll sim like a day and see who ends up advancing. And yeah, looks like we have our semifinal. Blues and Stars versus the Avalanche and Kings. So we'll simulate, I guess, to the 25th. So almost 2 weeks ahead. We'll see if what we got going on, what we're dealing with. And we already got a Stanley Cup. So there you go. We got the Stars and the Avalanche. I thought, yeah, the Avalanche definitely have a good team. They underperformed. I feel like they underperformed the regular season, but they are stepping it up here. Also, the Stars have a very high-powered offense, I must say. They got out of a 7-game series, and so did the Avalanches. And I think that means, and I just want to double-check and look at the rosters for both teams for the Stanley Cup, like the best players, like in terms of overalls. I'm just curious to see, or just in general. So Dallas, yeah, Hull, obviously he's been really good. Yeah, Pierre was near the top. Madonna, they got a good line, man. They have a good team. I gotta say, this is a pretty solid squad. And then also their goalie, Ed Belfour, and then Marty Turco. That's not too bad. But I'd say Belfour is probably, call it, better than that. So let's also take a look at what's their name, the Avalanche. They're not too far away. There they are. Yeah, Joe Sakic, he's in, and then they got Tiavu Stein. Yeah, Peter Forsberg, Claude Lemieux. Yeah, and obviously they got a really good goalie squad here. So let's take a look at goalies. Got Patrick Roy, and then, yeah, Gene Sebastian. He's been, like, the best goalie. Especially as a backup, too. Like, just, you have Roy, and then you have him. So we'll see who wins the Stanley Cup, and then we'll look at the awards, and then close out the video. So let's do it. Let's see what we got. So, here we go. We're going to sim it and see who wins the Stanley Cup. And it's going to be the Avalanche winning it. What did they win it in? Let's double check, because I'm curious to see. Was that a sweep? Did they sweep? I feel like it was a short series. But we'll find out. No, it was a 6-game series. Hard fought. Okay, so there you go. We got our awards. Let's take a look at those. So, Avalanche ended up winning the Stanley Cup. Makes sense. Look at that. Colorado Avalanche. And then their alumni team wins. That's pretty crazy. Canadians alumni got the President's Trophy. Only to get destroyed in the playoffs. And then I think those are the only awards. Oh, that's right. Because there is no Western Conference awards. So there you go. By the way, my other PC was falling asleep. That's why I did that. Sometimes people ask me. I didn't. Oh, yeah. Nice. Let's switch that. Okay. Individual awards. Art Ross goes to Wayne Gretzky. We got the Hart Memorial going to Wayne Gretzky. Blues Wayne Gretzky. Coffee's going to get the James Norris. We've got the Lady Bing going to Joe Sakic of the Avalanche, obviously. Making sense there. Okay, Calder Memorial, this guy, Johansson from that team that we threw in. Joe Sakic, yep, Conn Smith Award, most valuable to his team's playoffs. Yeah, Bauer as our best goalie, which makes sense, goalkeeper. Also gets to Jennings. Okay. Bertels, I don't know what their criteria was for that. Bourgeois, I got the Jack Adams Award. Guess that makes sense. And then Gretzky, Oilers Gretzky gets the Frank J. Selke. And then Ted Lindsay Award goes to St. Louis Blues, Wayne Gretzky. And then Hall with the Maurice Richard Trophy, most goals. So, good for him. Alright, I guess with that being said, we're just going to go to the full screen and close up the video. Guys, we'll hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment down below some of the videos, go to our socials, playlist, our channel, main channel, down below the description as well. I had a lot of fun doing this with the alumni team, so we got to answer a few questions. Which team is the best alumni team? And according to EA, at least in this simulation, it was the Colorado Avalanche. After I thought they had a little bit of their team was good, but I thought they underperformed in the regular season. But the sim proves me wrong once again, as they ended up winning. So fair play to them. I'm going to head on out, though, for the day or night, so enjoy whatever time of day it is or night, whenever you're watching this. Just have a great day. Enjoy life. All right. Take care, everybody.